Hey, what is up, YouTube? Andrew Rooney here, full-time drummer and drum teacher based right here in Auckland, New Zealand. Now, I've got various group chats on various platforms with peers, with other teachers and other, working pro drummers around the scene, actually around the world. Quite incredible because after a certain amount of time in the game, for want of a lack of a better term, we all sort of arrive at the same place and the same thought pattern and the same message that we try and share with students and that we, talk to each other about. Now, this video was shared in one of those group chats. Whether you're an Ed Sheeran fan or not, I would like you to take a listen to this.
How great is it that you can sing your own songs? I mean, that's something you're born with, right? You could always sing.
No, honestly, man.
Really?
Have you got YouTube? I can pull up a song that I wrote when I was 14.
Sure, we can get it.
So if you type in Ed Sheeran Addicted, and this is a song that I made when I was 14, and you can hear.
I want to hear that.
I didn't have talent. I really didn't, and I had to. And this is me. This is me at 14.
They still don't buy it.
And I got successful at 19.
Oh, here we go.
I think I took too much. I'm addicted to your touch.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Let me hear a little more.
Yikes. I love how he's
I
sharing
play
this,
to kids,
though.
and I'm like, look, this is me at 14. I wrote the A-Team at 18. So 4 years later, I made the A-Team and I recorded it. And in 4 years, I learned harmony, I learned how to sing in tune, I learned how to perform, I learned how to do in time, and you can do it.
But was it from going out and performing that you learned that? Or did someone...
failing. Time and time after again, yeah. You learn nothing from success. Nothing. You learn everything from the failures. And this is the thing that annoys me about the state that the world is in at the moment, is no one talks about failure anymore. Whereas with success, everyone shouts about it, but there's nothing in success. Success happens from failing hundreds of times.
Okay, I'm going to talk more about that clip at the end of the video because, look, I'm always open and honest on this channel. I'm not the biggest Ed Sheeran fan in the world. I'm not the target audience. It's like Taylor Swift. She's incredibly good at what she does. I'm not the audience. Ed Sheeran, I'm not the audience. Another one who's incredibly popular, even amongst some of my friends, Eminem. I don't know, I kind of don't get it. But when these people talk, you do need to listen because they deserve respect. It's like a drummer that you might not particularly like, or a band that you don't like, and therefore you don't like the drummer. You still need to listen, be respectful, and I think he's won me over. I think I'm a new fan because he's dropping some knowledge there. I'm going to come back and address some of the topics surrounding that in a second. The other one I really wanted to share with you guys, Vinnie Colaiuta, one of the all-time great drummers, undeniable, one of the greatest drummers to ever pick up sticks. Listen to this.
And a lot of kids who, would maybe play drums for fun, and as soon as the pedagogy shows up,
right,
they think, oh no, this is now becoming like homework. Not for me.
Interesting.
I was not that guy. I was the kid that Haskell Har lesson 1. Oh, give me more. That's a quarter note. Drool. Really? A flam? Wow. An eighth rest? Yeah. What's next? Gimme. So it was that kind of.
Beautiful.
I loved it.
How
ate it
rare
up.
that is. How rare that is.
Because I was a bit of a nerd, and I used to read a lot, and this was sort of something, it just fell in that slot for me.
Oh, man. Yeah. Guys, original links in the description of the video. These two videos hit really hard for me. As I say, trying to put this into context of talking daily, multiple times a day, probably far too much actually, via different platforms, on social media and sharing stories, war stories from teaching and gigging and things we've learned, things we agree on, things we disagree on. This stuff, universal. I challenge any experienced player or experienced teacher on any instrument I challenge them to challenge this. Vinnie Colaiuta, one of the all-time goats of drumming, in this rare air with, your buddy Rich and whoever else you've got in your rare air, it's all good. But he's up there. Even if you're not a fan of the drums, purely on numbers, he's up there with the amount of stuff he's done. It's just incredible. And he's saying that he just could not get enough. More input, info, and he's still like that today. He still practices. He's still, so into the craft of drumming and music. Isn't it a coincidence that he's so good and he does all this? Think about CYMBALS. He releases videos where I think one of the titles of his videos is Talent is a Lie, or Why Talent is a Lie. And he will explain to you step by step how he did it, what he learned, and how he came to the realization that, it's BS. This is hard work and everything. Still, people will argue with it. Now, the common thought on this one, before I get back to the original video, the Ed Sheeran one, which is just as impactful for me and just as a profound message, you've got to remember, is it coincidence that the hardest worker in each sports team, Michael Jordan, all his teammates and anyone in the NBA around that period would say Michael Jordan was the hardest worker. LeBron, Kobe Bryant, I don't know. I don't even watch basketball, but I know about this stuff. People would talk about them and say, stay behind. They'll do extras. They're working hard. It's a coincidence that they're the best. Now, you're going to say,
yes, but he's already got natural talent or he wouldn't be there.
That doesn't work because we've all got our unique gifts, if you want to use that word, our unique advantages and disadvantages. Let's say you are completely genetically just never gonna be, let's say basketball, let's just say you're just not tall enough. Yeah, let's just say, okay, you're not tall enough to be in the NBA. Realistically, not tall enough. You can play a different sport. Let's say you're not fast enough genetically and physiologically. For some reason, you're not going to be as fast, no matter how much work you do, as CYMBALS. Now, I don't even know if that's a thing, but let's say for argument's sake, that was the case. Speed is not everything.
That's what she said.
Independence, dynamics, musicality, pocket is, you cannot put it all down to one thing and say, oh, woe is me. I'm just not that fast. I had a student this year say that. Well, I'm just not fast. And it's like, well, how much have you practiced though? I mean, because these people are practicing and putting in not only practice, quality practice, more than you think. Now, that's another part of this. That's another completely misunderstood thing. If Alex says he's putting in, let's say 6 hours a day, which is pretty standard for a professional drummer, let's say putting in 6 hours practice a day. You can do 6 hours of ineffective, lazy practice where, 3 hours of it was that. Or you can do 6 hours of hard practice where maybe you were in the room for 8 hours, but you only counted the 6 hours when you were literally practicing. Then you've got the whole other elements of playing with musicians who are better than you, recording yourself, critically listening back to it. It's hard work. It's hard work. And I think any of these people would say it was hard work. It's not meant to be easy. If it was easy and easily accessible to people, everyone would be a Vinnie Colaiuta level drummer or an Ed Sheeran level performer playing to sold out stadiums every night. And it's not easy. Okay, now bouncing back to this Ed Sheeran clip. there's so many things I love about this. I love how he instantly cuts him off and says no, which could be seen as combative, I think. And, you got to be careful how you approach these things, with students or parents of students. But it's like, no, that's actually not right. And, I'm an example of that not being right. I think one of the sad things, and this is another thing we always talk about in these peer message groups that we've got going on that I mentioned before, is that it just kind of makes us sad that people will argue this. And it's almost like an excuse to be lazy, that like, well, he's already got the talent and now he's practicing on top of the talent. It's like, how, it's an impossible formula to quantify in those black and white terms. It just doesn't, it's not that clear. You don't know until you've been in the practice room absolutely punishing yourself for sort of 6 to 10 hours a day. Speaking of drums, you don't know what the result would have been. Maybe you wouldn't have been, not that we all have to be Alex Tapadio or CYMBALS. I'm just using him as an example because he's the biggest drummer on the planet at the moment. We don't all have to be him though. You might practice as much as him and as hard as him and come out with a different result. You're going to come out a good drummer. That is undeniable, right? Anybody will agree with me on that. If you put in that amount of work, you will improve to some degree. Whether you're going to be world class, I mean, that's so many variables and factors involved. It could be where you live, the experience that you came in with, that launching pad that you came in with. Are your parents musicians? There could be all kinds of helping hands. Now, again, none of those are crucial, but they can affect, the inputs are going to affect the outputs. But yeah, I just love how, with the Ed Sheeran clip, how he actually shared a bad singing performance. And he is willing to put himself out there and be vulnerable in that way and say, no, I really do mean I wasn't very good. And actually plays it for them. Alex Tapadio's done the same, where he said, look, I wasn't always this good on the drums. And he's shown videos before. But even then, people still do not understand it. And they'll say,
oh yeah, but his video before wasn't that bad. It's still better than me.
And it's like, listen, at one point, we were all as good as each other. There's one point in your life where you couldn't play. There's one point in my life where I couldn't play at all. We were all on zero. And then life happened. And maybe your progress went, whoa, ooh, that was a good period. It's not a straight line. And mine was the same. It's all over the place. I might have played with a really good band and I learned a lot and I had a really steep learning curve and everything was just on all cylinders. Maybe there was a period where I was really lazy and I was just sort of maintaining, it was in a maintenance mode and flatlining a bit, or, even lost a little bit. And then, it's hard work. You've got to really be on top of it. And I love how, I'm bouncing between the two videos here, but I just love how Ed Sheeran's just like deadpan, like, no, it's BS. Like, that's not true. There is a really good episode as well, which I will link to in the description of, I believe it was on the Freakonomics podcast. And they dug into, can anybody sing? Like at a amazing level. Like I think the example they used was Christina Aguilera, who, again, even if you're not a fan of Christina Aguilera, it doesn't matter. But she's got a phenomenal singing ability. And they took this woman who wanted that, but she didn't have it. She sung a little bit, nowhere near the level of a Christina Aguilera. And they used her as a bit of a case study, and they were like, well, can we get her to that level? Is it actually possible? I mean, check out the episode for yourself. It's quite amazing. And, okay, spoiler alert, She did. She could hit those like power belt notes very much like a Christina Aguilera. And I think what they figured out was it took about 3 or 4 years of intense work, of intense failure, which is what Ed Sheeran was talking about. This woman was failing and failing and failing. Get back out there, live performance, humiliated, fail, back out there, fail, fail, fail. And then it happened. Now that's different to becoming a famous, successful performer like Ed Sheeran. That's okay. Being able to sing at a brilliant world-class level and being famous, a famous singer, yes, 2 different things. And, you know, you could bring in luck and you could bring in a few other things. But he was not really talking about that there. He was talking more about ability. Now, if you don't have the ability, you're not even in the fight. So yeah, you will need things going your own way. But yeah. I'm going to leave the video there because I'm a bit frazzled. I'm all over the place and I'm fired up. And in this conversation, we were getting fired up too because it was just like, this is it. This is the secret. There's no secrets, but if there are, these are 2 of the secrets. And it's a mental shift. It's an understanding. It's getting around people who know, forgetting people who don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not telling you to not be their friend or not listen to them at all, but it's just, you got to be around that high level network of people who know what is going on, have the experience. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to any of that. It's not relevant. You got to work hard consistently for extended periods. And I don't think you could do it without a coach of some type. I'm not pushing my own barrow here. I'm not looking for students. I don't have a course to sell you. Don't worry. But you probably will need a coach. You'll need some type of slave driver to whip you into shape and to keep you on target. Because it is hard. And that is another thing that people, this comes up in the conversation a lot. People look for cheat codes. People look for an easy way. There is not an easy way. It's really difficult. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. This video is already far too long and I'm already too fired up. So guys, please do consider subscribing. Hit me in the comments with what you thought of this video. I'd love to hear your feedback. Until next time, take it easy. Ciao.